Welcome to Angel's message for you. Before we begin, your angels are wrapping you in the most beautiful, warm light right now. They see you. They know your name. They know every quiet prayer you have whispered in the dark, every tear you held back, every night you wondered if love was ever really coming for you. And they want you to know they heard every single word. You are so deeply loved by heaven. Welcome, beautiful soul. Now stop for just 1 second before you scroll past this. What if everything you have been waiting for, that deep soul-level love, that connection you have felt pulling at your heart for longer than you can explain, what if it was not just coming, but already on its way to your door right now? What if the angels had a message so specific, so personal, so perfectly timed for this exact moment in your life, that heaven itself arranged for you to find this today? Stay with this until the very end, because what gets revealed in the next few minutes could completely change the way you see your love life, your faith, and your future. This is not random. You were guided here. And what the angels have to say to you today is something your soul has been waiting to hear for a very long time. Dear one, your life and the life of your soulmate are about to change, completely and for the better. This message comes straight from the heavens, carrying a divine confirmation that has been prepared just for you. The waiting is truly over. If you are here receiving this message, it is because a divine force has brought you to this exact moment, where the full truth will finally be revealed to your heart. God is blessing the love between you and your soulmate, and now you will be exactly where your hearts have always wanted to be, close to each other, loving deeply, just as you have always dreamed. The two of you will finally come together to love one another fully, because this is a confirmation from heaven. God wants this love to truly unfold. He wants it to grow stronger, moving from just a feeling into something deeply and beautifully lived. God is not only allowing it, He is blessing it so that you can give each other everything: love, care, loyalty, and true partnership. Your soulmate cannot wait to be by your side and wants you to know that the day you are truly together will be one of the happiest days of your life. Heaven is creating space in your reality right now to deliver a confirmation that your heart has been trying to understand for a long time. And today you are living one of those divine moments. This is not symbolic. This is not just a sweet idea. This is real. It is happening now. And you are hearing it because you were chosen to know before anyone else. Something profound is being authorized by God. And it is about the love that was promised to you. A love that has faced trials, distance, and doubt, but is now receiving a blessing that can no longer be delayed. The connection between you and your soulmate is being strengthened by heaven, not as a future promise, but as a divine reality that starts right now. For a long time, you have carried deep feelings with no place to rest them. You held on to the certainty of a true love, even when everything around you felt unclear. Deep in your chest, there was always this quiet sense that something was coming, even when it had not yet taken form. And now the angels are here to tell you, what once felt undefined is finally becoming clear. It is no longer about waiting. It is about living. God is actively working in your story. Not just allowing love, but blessing it so it can grow in the purest, most honest way. Your soulmate feels this calling just as deeply as you do. This person also wants to be by your side. There is a beautiful urgency rising in both hearts, a desire to finally live what has always been felt, but now with clarity, with mutuality, and with full commitment. This revelation was not sent just to comfort your heart, but to guide your steps. Everything that once felt stuck is about to move forward with real actions. One step at a time, but every step leading toward what you have always longed for. Living a true love beside the one who was made to walk through life with you. There are no more spiritual blocks between you. The connection has been restored. The energy between you has been realigned, and everything that needs to happen is already being prepared. Dear one, this divine confirmation proves that what you were feeling was not fantasy. It was spiritual discernment. Your soulmate is just as ready as you are. This person has felt the same need to be near you, to make things work, to build something lasting. What was once only a desire has now become action. Because when a heart is touched by God, no opposing force can stop what He has chosen to bless. From now on, it is no longer about imagining. It is about noticing. Noticing your soulmate stepping into your life, filled with joy for finally getting close to you. Your soulmate is already being guided toward you, and you are not alone in this. Heaven is in motion to make this love happen in the most beautiful way. The two of you will be together, not by chance, not by luck, but because God chose to unite what was already spiritually bonded. And now it is time for that bond to become part of your daily life, your reality, your present. Everything is being transformed, and that transformation will no longer be delayed. You were chosen to hear this first because when love is real, it can no longer stay hidden. You are finally about to be loved in the way you have always deserved. Prepare your heart, because right now, you are standing at the edge of a life with the one who will make every single day feel unlike anything you have ever known. Dear one, there are moments when heaven steps in directly to touch someone's heart. It is not random, and it is not part of some ordinary spiritual routine. It is a divine calling crafted specifically for your moment, your pain, your hope, and your journey. And that is exactly what is happening to you right now. You were guided to this message because there is a revelation that could only be delivered at this point in your path. Not before, not later, but now. You have been walking with your heart leaning towards something that felt undefined, yet never stopped beating inside you. A connection that remained alive even on the most confusing days. There were times you tried to ignore the signs. You pushed your feelings aside and let doubt take over. But none of that could erase what was already written about your life. The love between you and your soulmate was blessed by God. And that is why nothing has been able to destroy what you feel for each other. This divine calling came to awaken you to a new reality. You have not been forgotten. You have not been left behind. What looked like a waiting season was actually a time of spiritual preparation, building the foundation needed for a union that is now ready to bloom. Everything that seemed stuck was, in truth, being moved with divine wisdom at exactly the right pace for what God had planned for you. You are hearing these words now because heaven has given permission for this truth to be revealed directly to your spirit. After all your prayers, after all the moments you wondered if you were alone, God is now answering with perfect clarity. No, you were never alone. Your soulmate was touched as well. And even if you are not yet side by side in the physical world, your hearts already recognize each other, already seek each other, and now they are being guided to finally unite in the way you have both longed for. This calling does not come with vague promises. It comes with a purpose, to prepare you to fully live the love that belongs to you. It is not about reliving the past, but about stepping into what has always been meant for you. The truth is that this connection is now being lit up with divine intensity. And from this moment forward, nothing will be the same. Your soulmate is already feeling the inner pull to come closer. There is a heartfelt urgency, a sincere desire to live this love fully, with presence, with commitment, and with real actions. That is why heaven brought you here, because your heart needed to be reached. Because it was so important for you to hear clearly that your love story is still alive. It has not ended. It is about to be transformed into something far greater than you ever imagined. And the most beautiful part is that this transformation does not depend only on time. It is already being shaped by divine action working in both your lives. God is stirring your soulmate's heart with certainty. There is no more room for doubt or hesitation. What you both feel is mutual. It is strong. It is real. And now it is being strengthened so you can live this love with maturity, purpose, and mutual respect. This is the moment when everything changes. This is the beginning of a new chapter. Get ready to receive the love you have always believed in, because it is coming to you, not by chance, but as a divine gift. Dear one, the uncertainty that followed you for so long no longer has a place in your story. Not from this moment forward. The love that once felt like a distant promise is now approaching with the power of something truly being lived. Along your journey, you learned to live without clear answers. You felt the weight of giving your heart without knowing if the same desire existed on the other side. But even in the middle of all those doubts, you kept believing. And that is exactly why you are receiving this message today. The time has come to receive what is already yours. You no longer need to live between hope and fear. Now there is certainty, and it is coming straight from heaven. What once felt distant is now taking shape in real moments. Unexpected actions are beginning to appear. The presence of your soulmate is becoming more noticeable in ways that leave no room for confusion. There is an alignment happening, and that alignment marks the end of the long season of emotional waiting. You are entering a phase where love will no longer hide or hold back. It will be lived with courage and mutual devotion. The uncertainty had a purpose. It taught you how to trust in what could not yet be seen, how to build a faith that does not break in the face of absence. But now God is lifting the veil. From now on, you will not have to wonder if this person feels the same or longs to be by your side, because they will show you. They will come closer. They will act. The actions of your soulmate will speak louder than any words. This new chapter brings something you may have never experienced before: the freedom to love without the fear of being rejected. The truth will be confirmed day by day through clear signs and real actions. What was once a question will now be an answer. What was once just a wish will become your reality. What was once a silent dream will now become a fully lived experience. There were times you felt like the only one carrying this love. And even so, you kept giving from the purest part of your heart. You never let your heart become bitter. Even when it hurt, you never fully closed it off. And that is why heaven decided that you would live this love in all the depth and beauty it deserves. Not because of a reward in the traditional sense, but because you have become ready for it. And your soulmate has too. Dear one, you need to know that your soulmate is awakening just as you are. A truth is rising within this person, making everything that once seemed confusing become clear. And from that awakening forward, there will be no more resistance. Love will begin to be lived without barriers, with maturity and a certainty that will amaze you. The doors are open, the hearts are ready, and everything that felt blocked will begin to flow naturally. You will feel the change in your soulmate's behavior. You will see it in their eyes, hear it in their words. Notice how often they reach out to you, and sense how the connection between you both grows stronger without any effort. This is the moment to allow yourself to live, to open your hands and accept the gift that is being placed before you, to stop doubting yourself and finally recognize how far you have come. The season of uncertainty is over. Now you will experience the peace of a love that does not hide, of a connection that reveals itself clearly, of a feeling that overflows without fear. All of this because God has already confirmed it, and what comes from Him never fails. Dear one, one of the deepest truths heaven wants you to receive today is this: your soulmate feels the same way you do. There is no emotional distance between your hearts. The intensity you carry within you is also alive inside this person. Even if not everything has been spoken out loud, the connection between the two of you already speaks volumes from within. For a long time, you were the guardian of a feeling that did not seem to have a clear answer. Even without guarantees, you believed. Even without logical explanations, you felt there was something real connecting you to your soulmate. And none of that was wasted. This love was being felt and returned from the inside out. What once seemed like pure intuition was actually a spiritual bond being sustained by two hearts that recognized each other, even in the face of life's uncertainties. Your soulmate is now becoming more aware of this love too. Their heart is being stirred with the same intensity. There is an emotional awakening taking place. Something is rising within them, bringing memories, feelings, and a growing desire to be closer to you. This is not just a shift in emotion. It is a divine alignment in progress. God is at work in both your lives. Your soulmate is being guided by a higher force. Emotions are being rearranged. Feelings are being reaffirmed, and inner walls are starting to fall. It is happening because your love is not shallow. It is deep. It is meaningful. And it can no longer be ignored. The signs you once dismissed were not small. They were clear expressions from a soul that, even when lost in thought, was already drawn to your presence. These were the heart's attempts to speak what the mind could not yet understand. And that recognition is now expanding. Your soulmate is going through a process of emotional clarity, an awakening guided directly by heaven. In the coming days, you will begin to notice it more clearly. There will be more intentional actions, softer efforts to get closer, and most importantly, a sincere desire to be present. Because once the heart recognizes something real, it does not pull away. It leans in. It wants to stay. Dear one, your soulmate's heart has already chosen you. Even if it has not been said in so many words, the choice was made deep within. And when the heart chooses, no other connection can fill that space. You have always been the anchor, the memory that stayed, the feeling that never faded. Now that the path is being cleared, you will start to notice the shift. You will see this person reaching out more often, with more openness, more truth, more presence. Dear one, perhaps one of the most silent pains you have carried has been the feeling of always being available for love, but never fully received by it. You gave your heart sincerely, with care, with hope, and in return you endured long waits, broken promises, and affection that only came halfway. But now, listen closely. The time of loneliness is over. God is leading you into a new season marked by genuine presence. The love you have always searched for is finally arriving. And it is because heaven has decided that it is time for you to be loved the way you have always known how to love. The loneliness you carried was not a punishment. It was preparation. It created a depth within you that many people never reach. It taught you how to recognize what is real. It strengthened your spirit, your faith, your sensitivity. But that chapter is now closing. Your soulmate is approaching with truth. And this time, you will not have to fight alone to be seen, valued, or chosen. This person will look at you differently. They will recognize everything in you. Not just your beauty, but your essence, your truth, your strength to keep standing even when everything felt like it was falling apart. They will want to stay by your side because their heart knows that peace lives with you. Dear one, the love that is approaching will not bring doubts, games, or emotional exhaustion. It will bring stability, presence, and mutual love. Your soulmate will come with clear clear actions, with the desire to build something real beside you, with the maturity to sustain the depth of what you both feel. All of this will be a direct result of divine action over this connection. It is important that you are ready for this new season. Do not overthink it when it starts to unfold. After spending so long in a waiting state, it might be hard to believe this is finally real. But it is, and you need to let yourself live it. Welcome your soulmate with an open heart. Do not let past pain block the healing that is now coming. Loneliness was a season, and every season has an end. Dear one, heaven brought you and your soulmate together for a purpose far greater than just living out a love story. This is a connection meant to bring healing, to serve as an example, to build and uplift lives, starting with yours. It is no coincidence that the love between you and this person has endured time, distance, missed opportunities, and even mistakes. That was only possible because there was a spiritual covering protecting what was not yet ready to unfold. When God blesses something, He also preserves it. And that is exactly what happened with this love. It was kept safe until both of you were truly ready. And now you are living the time of release. A heavenly blessing does not just give permission, it carries divine power. It clears the path, removes obstacles, and reignites what once felt dim. What is about to happen between you and your soulmate goes far beyond emotional closeness. It is the confirmation of a divine plan, one that includes growth, spiritual strength, and a life journey to be shared with purpose. God is rebuilding inside each of you the understanding of how important this love truly is. Your soulmate is being awakened to this as well. The realization that you two are meant to walk together, to create a strong foundation, to be each other's safe place. This is now beginning to grow inside this person. And it is not happening through pressure or obligation. It is happening through a divine touch that changes hearts without needing words. Dear one, everything that happened until now served a role, to strengthen you, to clear out what was not meant to stay, to heal what was broken, and to mature your emotions. The blessing does not come to cover imperfections. It comes to seal what is now ready. And the love between you and your soulmate is finally ready. When God blesses something like this, everything begins to align. Emotions make sense, actions become steady, communication flows, and the signs become undeniable. You will notice it because it will feel unlike anything you have experienced before. This will not be just any kind of love. It will be a love filled with purpose, maturity, respect, and faith. God is removing the fears, healing the wounds, and bringing out the most beautiful parts of each of you. This love will be lived with honesty. No games, no half measures. Your soulmate's presence in your life will be more than emotional comfort. It will be a reflection of what God believes love should look like. A place of peace, partnership, growth, and creation. And know this, you will not have to force anything. Where there is blessing, there is ease. Where there is purpose, there is consistency. Dear one, when love is born with God's permission, it does not come into someone's life just to fill an empty space. It arrives to transform everything. And that is exactly the season you are stepping into now. The wounds of the past begin to lose their weight. What once caused pain now starts to heal with greater ease. God is not just placing someone into your life. He is giving you a new environment, a new emotional rhythm, a new chapter. And this new chapter will be filled with experiences you have never lived before. True love does not show up to demand. It shows up to build. And you will feel that clearly. Your soulmate will have a way about them that brings you peace. Their words will sound more genuine. Their presence will be comforting. Your fears will fade because this love will be lived with mutual respect and sincerity. The fear of giving more than you receive will be replaced by balance, harmony, and mutual care. This transformation will also happen inside of you. As you realize you no longer have to carry this connection alone, your heart will begin to open more freely. The faith you held on to for so long will finally be confirmed. And that confirmation will give you the courage to live fully, free from the chains of past pain. You will discover a new version of yourself, lighter, more confident, more whole. Dear one, this new phase will be marked by consistent actions. You will begin to see real change in how this person approaches you, speaks to you, behaves, and includes you in their life. It will be steady. It will be intentional, and that will shift how you understand love. The presence of this love will begin to influence other areas of your life. When your heart is at peace, everything else flows more clearly. You will feel more energized for your dreams, more motivated to take care of yourself, more faithful in facing life's challenges. This transformation is not just about receiving love. It is about learning to be loved. You will realize you do not need to try so hard to be accepted. Your soulmate will see in you everything that others could not. They will value your presence. They will welcome you with respect. And that will heal parts of you that you did not even know were still hurting. The love coming into your life will change your routines, your outlook, and the way you relate to the world. Because when two people meet in truth, they become a source of life to each other. And this love is not here to take from you. It is here to build with you, to restore you, to remind you that love can be gentle and that God never forgot the promise He planted in your heart. Get ready to see your life begin to light up, little by little. You will feel your days gain new meaning, your dreams come alive again, and a peace you have not felt in a long time take root within you. What is about to happen will not be a repeat of what you have been through before. It will be something new, something solid, something pure and real. Because when love is led by God, it does not just show up to complete, it comes to renew. Dear one of the most beautiful truths you need to accept right now is this: your soulmate's heart has already recognized yours. What exists between the two of you is not just attraction, admiration, or memories. It is a bond that has already been felt deep within, even if it has not always been spoken out loud. There may have been moments when you doubted this. You might have believed that you were the only one feeling this deeply. But this revelation comes to lift that weight. The recognition happened on both sides. The signs were there. Maybe you noticed them but did not fully understand what they meant. A look that lingered a little longer. The way this person reached out just when you thought you had been forgotten. These were quiet ways love found to speak when there were still doubts or barriers in place. This recognition was not random. Your soulmate's heart had already begun to feel a sense of familiarity. A peace that only exists when two souls know they belong together. You may have felt like something always pulled this person back to you, even when it seemed they were gone for good. That was not coincidence. That was the heart acting when reason did not know how. That was the spiritual bond doing everything it could to keep the connection alive, despite time, fear, or confusion. And now that this love is being released by God, that recognition is gaining strength, clarity, and intention. In the coming days, there will be more intentional actions, softer efforts to get closer, and most importantly, a sincere desire to be present. Because once the heart recognizes something real, it does not pull away. It leans in. It wants to stay. Dear one, in this new chapter, you will discover what it feels like to be truly seen. not just admired from a distance, but understood from the inside out. Your soulmate will learn your way of moving through the world and will meet you there, consistently. Real love is thoughtful presence. The bond between you will grow naturally. You will share glances that say everything. You will hold each other up in hard times and celebrate each win as a team. This new phase will show you that love does not have to be hard, that it is possible to be loved with the same intensity you give, that trust can exist without fear. This love will feel light but deep, peaceful but never dull, steady but never cold. Your soulmate is being moved from within to live this love with more maturity, more surrender, more truth. What used to be just a feeling is now becoming conviction. And that conviction leads to care, to loyalty, to a desire to build something lasting, not out of duty, but because the heart wants to choose it every single day. This new chapter will also teach you how to rest within love. No more living on edge, waiting for everything to fall apart. You will finally see that it is possible to feel safe without sacrificing passion. Walking beside someone who sees you, values you, and respects you changes everything. And that is exactly what is being placed in your path. Dear one, you are standing right at one of those life-changing moments. The exact point where life begins to shift from the inside out. You are standing at the beginning of the best days of your life. Not as a vague promise, but as a reality already being shaped by God's perfect hands. For so long, you held on to hope. You walked through difficult seasons, confusing relationships, closed doors, and feelings that were never returned the way you deserved. But now, everything that once felt like it held you back is being left behind. What is coming your way will honor you, heal you, and place you at the center of a love that is real. This is where pain gives way to care, where doubt is replaced by certainty, where emptiness is filled by a presence that does not just stand beside you but walks with you with purpose. God has been preparing, in detail, a new season where you will no longer be overlooked, diminished, or forgotten. Your soulmate is being led toward you with intention. The best days of your life do not begin when everything becomes perfect. They begin when love is lived with truth. You will be loved consistently. You will be welcomed with patience. You will have someone by your side who does not walk away at the first challenge. This person will choose to stay not just during the good times, but especially when you need true partnership the most. The lightness you have been longing for will finally arrive. That peace you thought was impossible after so many disappointments will settle into your chest naturally. And it will not come from promises. It will come through action. You will see it in your soulmate's choices. You will hear it in their words. You will feel it in the way they simply show up. And you will know this is the love you always believed in. Dear one, what awaits you is not some perfect fairy tale. It is a real life, one filled with presence, loyalty, care, and shared growth. You will learn together. You will grow together. You will laugh over the little things and lean on each other when life gets hard. And most importantly, you will look at each other and just know, with no doubt, that what you share is true love. A love that does not need to be explained, only lived. You are no longer in the season of waiting. You are stepping into the season of fulfillment. And it is all unfolding because you trusted when everything around you told you not to. You believed even on the hardest days. You stayed faithful to what you felt even when the world tried to make you doubt it. And now that faith is being honored with a gift that only heaven could create. Dear one, the time of uncertainty is over. What you feel deep in your heart is real. And this connection with your soulmate is not imagined. It is confirmed. Now that you know this, It is time to move forward with clarity, with gentleness, and with faith. The first step is to receive this revelation with gratitude. Even if some things still feel unresolved, even if your outer reality has not fully shifted yet, the most important change has already happened inside you. Trust what is awakening within you. It is not fantasy. It is divine preparation for what is about to become real. You do not need to force anything or rush the timing. The love that is on its way is being built on truth, not urgency. Your role now is to care for your heart like something sacred, because it is. Do not feed thoughts of fear or emotional lack. What is yours by divine blessing will remain. What is real will move toward you naturally, without emotional exhaustion. Another essential part of this journey is letting go of what no longer serves you. Old wounds, painful memories, past experiences that made it hard to trust. These need to be handed over to God. Do not carry those weights into a new season that is not meant to hold them. You are being called to love with freedom, with clarity, and most of all, with peace. Your soulmate is also going through healing, and the two of you will recognize each other as hearts that are ready to begin again, the right way. Dear one, never forget this. The love God places in your life does not require force. It requires faith. And faith right now means believing even when things are not yet fully visible. It means standing strong in what was revealed, even when time tries to distract you with doubts. Do not dismiss the truth just because it is still unfolding outwardly. You also need to care for how you see yourself. You are worthy of love, of tenderness, of loyalty, and of deep companionship. Do not settle for anything less. Do not accept emotional crumbs. This revelation came to remind you that you were chosen to experience real love, the kind that walks beside you, holds your hand with confidence, and recognizes you as home. That truth must live inside you before it can be lived with someone else. And finally, know this: the mission of your angels does not end here. They are with you every step of the way. Whenever your heart starts to doubt, they will be there to remind you of what was revealed. Whenever fear tries to hold you back, they will be near, reminding you of the courage that already lives inside you. Heaven never abandons someone who was called to love in truth. Dear one, this is not just a beautiful or emotional moment. It is a turning point. What you have been feeling deep in your soul has just been confirmed by the highest forces. You are no longer waiting for something that might happen. You are being prepared to live what has already been released into your life. What God has revealed to you today is not just information. It is confirmation, a certainty that your soulmate also feels, also longs for, and has also been touched by. The connection between you is alive, active, and strong, and now it is moving toward real fulfillment. You have been chosen to live a blessed love, a love that transforms your routine, heals wounds from the past, and fills the spaces inside you that once felt lost. God has seen you in every silent prayer, every season of waiting, every moment where you still chose to believe. And that is why He is reaching you now, to tell you clearly that the waiting is over. You are ready, and your soulmate is too. The coming days will be anything but ordinary. The signs will become more obvious. Your soulmate will be moved from within to come closer, and you will notice, you will see it in their actions, hear it in their words, and recognize it in their eyes. Not as a fantasy, but as the truth your heart always knew, even when everything else felt uncertain. This message is not meant to stir up anxious expectation. It is here to bring you peace. From now on, you no longer need to hold on to doubt or wrestle with inner conflict. You have been called to love and be loved in full. You are being guided by something far greater than yourself, and that force is already clearing the way for this love to bloom. Your role now is to guard your heart and stay grounded in your faith. This is not about waiting passively, but walking forward in confidence, knowing that the love meant for you is already on its way. The bond between you and your soulmate will be fully confirmed. And when it happens, you will understand why every step of the journey matters. Heaven does not fail when it confirms something, and this revelation is proof that the love you dreamed of is real. You are stepping into a new time, a time where love is no longer a question, but an answer. In the days ahead, stay aware. A connection that once felt distant will grow more frequent. Words that once felt vague will become more sincere. The presence you have longed for will begin to show up. And most of all, the love that was once hidden will begin to reveal itself. Because when God gives permission, love can no longer stay hidden. You are going to live this love in truth. You will wake up beside someone who wants to build a life with you. You will feel peace when you look into the eyes of the one who shares your dreams. You will feel whole because you will finally be loved with the same depth you have always given. This revelation is the answer your soul has been waiting for. Now it is time to trust. Take care of yourself. Be ready, because the love you have been feeling in your spirit is about to become your reality. You no longer have to wait. You just need to be ready to receive. And always remember, you are being guided, you are being protected, and divine messages are being sent to you every single day. You are so deeply loved. You are never alone. The angels are beside you right now, sending you strength and infinite love so you can continue on, confident, glowing,